Question 10 says the polynomial function graphed in the given standard xy coordinate plane is an increasing function. Increasing meaning is going up from left to right throughout one of the following intervals. And it gave us a graph like so, and a graph like this. And it gave us B here, C, you have D, you have E, and you have F. This is X, and this is the Y coordinate plane. And this is going to, of course, it's going to be negative. This is going to be positive right here. This is going to be positive right here, and negative right here. And this graph, you have A right here. This graph cut across B. It got to be something here. We don't know what it is, but it went all the way up and then came down through E, like so. That is the graph. Option A is less than X less than B. Option B says B is less than X less than C. Option C says C is less than X less than D. And option D says D is less than X less than E. So X is going from, of course, going up this way. A is less than X less than B makes no sense, because if A is less than X, right, X cannot be less than B. X has to be greater than B. Let's assume that X is right here. I don't know what it is. Let's just say X is right. Let's say X is right here. Let's call it G, for example. A is less than G and G is less than B makes no sense. So this cannot be the right answer. Let's say X, since it's increasing, right? Let's say X is G. B is less than G, that's true, and G is less than C. That can be right, so this is out of the equation. C is less than G right here, because you're going positive right here, which is correct, and G is less than D, right? So let's hold that for that. Let's hold that thought. Last one, D is less than X, and X is less than E. The only true option here is C is less than X, because you're going from left to right. C is left, because if you're going from left to right, then you're going this way. It's increasing, right? So C is less than X, and X is less than D. And that X could be somewhere around here, we don't know. So C is very plausible. D is less than X if X is right here, and X is less than E, which means it's going like this. So this can be the right answer. So all this other one is going, this is doing like this. This is the only one that is going straight, left to right. So C is the right answer for that question. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll be solving more ACT questions. And this is question 11. It says a certain committee is composed of 11 juniors and 79 seniors. Two different members of the committee will be randomly selected, each for a different leadership role. Given that the first member selected is a junior, what is the probability that the second member selected will be a senior? So we have The question said they had um, a committee that's composed of 11 juniors. We have 11 juniors, and we have 79 seniors. So that total is going to be 11 plus 79 people in the committee, which is now 90 people in total, right? The questioner said that two different members of the committee will be randomly selected, and then I said that given that the first member is a junior, so they selected one member. The first member is junior. So if one member has been selected, so instead of 90 people, we now have 89 people left that they can select from. So they said, what is the probability that the second member selected is a senior? So probability of senior is what we're looking for. So here you're going to say total number of seniors, right, divided by total number of committee to be selected from, committee left, right? So in that case, probability of the senior being selected is going to be total number of seniors is 79, and total number of committee people left is going to be 89. That is 90 minus 1, because they removed 1 already, which is the one junior member. So that our answer becomes 79 over 89. The option we're given is option F, which is 10 over 79. You have option G, which is 10 over 89. You have option H, which is 79 over 89. And you have option J, which is 79 over 90. So again, the proper answer here, the correct answer is 79 over 89. Next question, question 12, says that given that x and y are non-zero, which of the following conditions always makes x cubed plus y an irrational number? So they give us x and y is not equal to 0, right? And they say which of the following always makes x cubed plus y an irrational number? And the option is x is integer, option A, x is integer, and y is irrational. Option B says that x is rational and y is integer. Option C says x and y are both rational numbers. And option D says that x is rational and y is a positive number. The answer here is A, because x is an integer and y is irrational. When you add an integer and an irrational number together, so if you have you're going to get an irrational number. An example is, let's say x is 2. Let x equal 2, right? Which means that x cubed is equal to 8, right? And let's say they say y is irrational number. Let's say y is square root of 2. Okay? Therefore, 8 plus square root of 2 is going to be irrational. An irrational number is one that you cannot write as a fraction, or the one which the root is repeating endlessly, right? If you chose B, if x is rational, an example is 2, which is 8 at the end of the day, and y is rational, let's say y is, if y is rational, then y could be 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. It's not going to meet this equation right here. If x and y are both rational numbers, then definitely the answers cannot be rational. If x is rational and y is a positive number could be 1. So that 2 plus 1, 8 plus 1 is 9. B, C, and D cannot be the answer. The only answer here is A. Question 13 says, a tourism researcher randomly sampled 783 tourists from the population of tourists that visited Spain during the summer. He recorded how many days each sampled tourist stayed in Spain. The researcher wants to use this sample data to estimate the mean number of days that this population stayed in Spain. He should calculate one of the following statistics to find this estimate. Which one should he calculate? And then they give us F. They said the mean of the sample. The mean of the sample. And then option G says the median of the sample. Option H says the variance of the sample, and option J says the median of the sample divided by the sample size. The median of sample divided by the sample size. So again, the question is, how should this man calculate the mean? According to the question, how should he calculate one of the following statistics to find his estimate? Which one should he calculate? A tourist researcher randomly sampled 783 tourists from the population of tourists. So there's a population sample. And you recorded how many days they stayed in Spain. The researcher wants to use this sample data to estimate the mean number of the days that this population stayed in sample. So to get the mean, just calculate the mean of the sample. Calculate the mean of the sample, and then you get the mean of the population. So use that as an estimate of what the population mean is. If you use median, you're not going to get the answer, because median is just the middle part of it, the middle number of the entire population, but not the mean. The variance is the spread, right? And this formula right here is not going to give you the mean. So the answer here is F, the mean of this sample. Next question 14 says the number line is partitioned into 7 equal segments by points A through F. The points represented by letters A through F are equally spaced between 0 and 20/73. Where is 20/93 on the number line? So we have the number line. We have 0 here. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, and then you have 20/73. They're asking us to find where is 20 over 93 on the line? And option A is at F, exactly at F. Option B at D. Option C between E and F. And then option D is between C and D. So this is the equation. So let's say it means that from here, everything is equally spaced, right? Everything is equally spaced. There's a number here, there's a number. I don't know what the number is, but we know after this number you have 2073. But we know that everything is equal. So if everything is equal, if you add this number from here to here, you should get 20 over 73, which means that 20 over 73 times 1 over 7 will give me each of this line, right? So let's do the math. 20 over that, this gives us 20 divided by 73 times 7. So this gives us this 21. You have 2 for the 9 plus 1. That's 511. So if you do the math, 20 divided by 511, you should get 0.039. This is what you're gonna get. So which means that each of these right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each of these right here is 0.039. 0.039 is 0.039, 0.039, 0.039, 0.039, 0.0. That's what this means. Each of these right here is 0. The distance between O and A is 0.039. So we're looking for 2093, right? So 2093 is what we're looking for. 2093, if you divide it, 20 divided by 93 should give us 0.215. So how many of 0.039 can I add together to give me 0.215? So all I have to do is take one of these right here, 0.039, and add it times, let's say 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5. 0.039 times 5 should give us 0.195. 0.195. 0.039 times 6 should give us 0.234. 0.234. So you see that these two numbers, 0.195, 0.234, in between it you can find 0.215, somewhere around here, 0.215. So we have this by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And this is 6 right here, right? So 5, 6 is going to be between E and F. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is like this one right here, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, E, because this is 0. This is the first number for this one, 0.039, and 5. So between 5 and 6, you're going to have 0.215. So the answer is between E and F, option C. That is the answer. Question 15 says, what is the sum of the finite geometric series, and we're given summation n equal to 1, 88 over 100n, and option A is 0.528, option B is 0.88888, option C 0.889, and option D is 2.335872. So what this is just saying is that we need to sum these from 1 to 3, right? So this sign is a sign of summation to add something together. So let's solve this. 88 over 100 raised by 1 plus 88 over 100 raised by 2 plus 88 over 100 raised by 3. So for this one, 88 over 100 is 0.88, okay? 1, 2. For this one, 88 over 100 raised by 2 is the same as 88 over 100 times 100. That's what that means, raised by 2, okay? So that this one becomes 88 over, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 decimal place. So that would be what? 10,000, I mean. That's what you have for this one. So if you bring this one down, this gives you 4 zeros, 1, 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 zeros. So it's going to be 0.0088. Now this one is 88 over 100 times 100 times 100. That's what this means. Okay, to make your life easier, you can actually say this one is simply as 88 over 10 raised to the power 6, because this 100 is 10 raised to the power 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. So that this one becomes, if you bring this one, you have, and you see where I'm going with this, right? This one becomes 0.00000 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 4, 8, 8, because you have 8 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you can add all these numbers together. That will give you, start with the biggest one, 0.88. Add this one to it, 0.0088, and add that to it, you have 0.000088. So if you add all this together, you're gonna have 8, 8, 8, 8. You have 8 right here, and that 8 right here, you're gonna have 0. So your answer is 0.888888. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I wrote it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So that is your answer. Again, this is so that'll be your answer. All right.